I think it's important that every student learns how to use their calculator to do exponential form numbers, or in other words, simplify numbers with exponents. So we're going to try this one. So parentheses -3 to the 8th power. Now, I know some of you don't all have calculators like this, but I am going with this one. So you want to look like, for a button that looks like this, it's called a chevron. Some older calculators do X to the Y. So these are the same button, just different labels. Okay, and the chevron button is right here on this calculator, right there. So I wrote down the keystrokes to do -3 in parentheses to the 8th power. So you would hit this parentheses button here, then you would hit the negative sign, okay, which is right here. Then you would hit the 3, because you want 3 to that power, hit that right there. Then you would hit the parentheses button again, the close parentheses right there. Then we need to raise this, so we're right here, raise this to this power. So I'm going to hit this chevron, and I'm going to say 8, power of 8, and then hit equals. I want you to actually do it with your calculator and practice and see if you got this answer, 6,561. Now I want you to try and do 6 to the 4th power. See if you can figure out the keystrokes. Hit pause and try it, and then I'll show you the keystrokes. Here are the keystrokes. We're going to do 6, so I'll hit 6, then I'll hit my chevron, which is my exponent button, then I'll hit 4, and then I'll hit equals, and you should get 1,296. Okay? Hopefully that worked for you. All right, here's one you definitely can use a calculator on, but we have to show our work. We're going to do order of operations. We're practicing the skill of evaluating an expression. So we're going to plug these numbers in. This is an important skill. So everywhere you see an X, put a 4. Everywhere you see a Y, put a 2. Everywhere you see a Z, put a 3. Try that right now and hit pause and try it. Hopefully this is what you set up. All right. And now we're going to do order of operations, so grouping symbols, exponents, multiply, divide, add, subtract. Okay, so grouping symbols, parentheses. So I'm going to do what's in here first. So I have to do my exponents before I minus. Use the calculator and do 2 to the, there's the exponent button, 4th power. Do that with me. 2 to the 4th power, hit equals, and then that's 16, and then 3 to the 2nd power is 9, so that's our parentheses. If you want, you can deal with this exponent right now too. 4 to the 2nd power is 16, 4 times 4. So now do my parentheses. 16 minus 9 is 7. And when a number is next to a parentheses, it means to multiply. So now I'm going to multiply. 4 times 7 is 28, and 28 plus 16 is 44. So that's our answer. All right, we're going to practice this. Something I did not bring up because it wasn't in the other slide is this. A variable, this variable, n to the 2nd power, is like a parentheses. It's like a parentheses to the 2nd power. In other words, when I take this -4, I am not going to write this. No, I'm not. I am going to put a parentheses around that -4. This is so important, you guys, because the -4 is inside this n, and the n is like a parentheses. Any variable is. So make sure you do that. And then I'm going to write the rest of the problem, -5. So let's evaluate this. -4 to the 2nd power means you write the parentheses twice, and then we -5. So -4 times -4 is positive 16. So it's in a parentheses with an even exponent. It's positive. Last step, -5. And that would be 11. So there's my answer, kind of like the funnel method. Let's do our next one. 4. Now, I'm going to do a parentheses, and I'm going to put my 5 where the x is. And then I'll put my squared. Then I'm going to write my plus. Now I'm going to, instead of y, I will do a parentheses, and I'll use -2. And then I'll do my exponent, 3. Very important. Use a parentheses where the variable is. It doesn't make you do it first, but it keeps the whole value together. I'm going to do exponents first. So 5 to the second power is 25, so that's 25. Then I remember that this means write the parentheses 3 times. So -2 times -2 is +4 times -2 is -8. So this side is -8. I can do this side. I kind of went out of order a little bit, but 4 times 25 is 100. 100 minus 8 is 92. All right, that's my answer for this one. Let's do a word problem. This is a standard, so that's why we're going over it. The number of diagonals. Now, a diagonal is you pick a vertex, a corner of a shape, and a diagonal is when you connect it to another corner, but you can't make a side. Like, for example, if I go from here to here, that's a side. That's not a diagonal. Okay, if I go from here to here, that's a side. So you have to connect it with, they call it a non-adjacent vertex. So a corner that's not next to it. So there's a vertex, or there's a diagonal, and I could go here, and I could go here. Okay, but then you could go here and go from here to here, here to here. So what they want you to do is, how many diagonals could you make? And there's a formula for it. And the formula is do 1/2 n squared. N squared represents, n is the number of sides you have, minus 3n. So how many sides do I have on this hexagon? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So n equals 6. Now I'm going to evaluate this expression. I'm going to take the 6 and plug it in. Notice I plugged it in red. I took the 6 and I put it where the n was, and I remembered to use a parentheses for my variable. Now I'm going to do parentheses first, grouping symbols first, and 6 squared is 36. And then I'm going to, I could do this if I want. 3 times 6 is 18. So now I still have to do my parentheses. 36 minus 18 is 18. So my parentheses is 18. Now I have a 1/2 on the outside, and it means to times it. Half of 18 is 9. So there are 9 diagonals that you could draw. Okay? You could try it if you want. It works. So feel free to rewatch any of this and bring all your questions to class tomorrow, or put them on the site on My Big Campus. Take care. Bye.